All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? ACAP24 here from HuddleGG. Today's video, I'm going to show you a really nice man-beating play where there's a lot of options. Out of the gun 5 wide receiver trio, the play is going to be called wide receiver option. This comes from the run and gun playbook, something that I'm heavily labbing right now for potential of releasing something on the website. You guys all know that I absolutely love gun empty tray stack, something that has been a staple of mine for several years now. A lot of people know me for putting this offense in the market. Really, really good offense. And the fact that they have 2 other empties, it's really, really nice. And I also love a lot of the other stuff. Tray open has a lot of fun stuff there. Tight flex, gun doubles we already did in the Buccaneers playbook. And then a lot of under center stuff. I'm not going to get into all that in this video. All I want to say is that I am heavily looking into this playbook to kind of go ahead and see what I like. And the first play I really like is this wide receiver option. I want to show you how you can build an offense around this when you're going against somebody that is playing man coverage. So I'm going to call Overstorm Brave, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play over the top coverage. I want to make sure you understand, okay? Over the top coverage is what a lot of people are going to do because they don't want to get burnt over the top with, you know, when they press or they shade a certain way. It basically takes the press away. This is what this play is going to do really well against. And the setup is actually pretty simple. We're going to put the A on a out, the X on an in. We're going to smart route the B and motion them over. You want to be on the right hash mark. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going on here. The first thing you want to see is that this B route is going to be kind of what you want to attack from a conceptual standpoint, and saying if the user doesn't jump over there to help the B, he's the guy I want to attack with first. He's going to do an outside release, so he's not going to get bumped. Obviously, we're in over top coverage, so that won't matter. But then he's going to cut to the inside, and you're going to see how we're going to get this guy to basically get twisted up. And you can see how we're going to go up there into the middle of the field, catch this ball, and we're going to have an easy catch and score, right? We'll get down. So that's going to take your user and say, you know what, I've got to go over there, and I've got to go ahead and cover that guy. So if I'm taking this user, I'm just going to man him up on that guy. So when we move him over, that's his responsibility. So we want to smart route him. That does make the route work better. Now, the second option here is the RB route. And I want to make sure you look at this route and say, look how short that stem is. It's like 1 step. That is because he has good route running. If I was to put McKenzie in here, he actually has a deeper stem. You want somebody that has good enough route running to where that stem is just 1 foot. So if they jump to the left here, right? Just want to make sure you understand this. They jump to the left to cover the B. Watch how the RB absolutely cooks his man, catch this ball, and you're going to see how we're going to have that ability to also take that to the house, right? And you're saying, you know, those are, you know, obvious quick hitters. That slant route, that route is so good that it gets underneath that and really does a good job. But I want to make sure you understand what's also happening on this play, right? So obviously we got the 13 going, right? But the thing is watch how this out route forces this player right here, the corner route, to go over the top of the player. See how the safety goes underneath him? And by doing so, you're gonna have that ability to make that guy have more separation, right? See how we're doing this on purpose. That guy's gonna go over the top of him and do it. Now, I wanna make sure you understand this is a cover 0 Overstorm Brave type setup, because look, these 2 guys are off man the entire time. Doesn't matter what you do with them, they're off man, right? They're safeties. And that's how this aligns on this play. So when we move this guy over, those guys, see how the guy comes down 1 step? That's as far as he's going to come down. That's actually by design that we want that to happen. And again, what you're going to see here is if I'm targeting the RB, the guy has to climb over the top of the other player, and that's why this is going to be open and why you're going to have a lot of success with it, right? So you have the 1-2 punch is what you're looking for. Now, say they're sending a blitz at you and you just don't have the time, which typically you're always going to have the time. These other routes are also very good when it comes to why we throw them, right? So if I do this, move this guy over, I can single-handedly just look at the A and the Y and still get a lot of good yards, because what you'll see is, say somebody's trying to take this away, and so, you know, whatever the case is, I can look at the Y and say, you know what, once that guy backs up, throw it to him, get myself easy yards. And the reason why we put that guy on the in was for exactly what just happened there. That is by design. That was not something that just happened by accident. When we do this, I want you to watch this slot corner right here, right? He's going to take 2 steps back. When he takes 2 steps back, you know you got him. See how he drifts back like this? And he's actually still drifting? Well, that's your cue from a quarterback's standpoint. If I'm looking at that guy and I see he's taking these steps back, I know I can throw this ball no matter what to 26. What I'm putting the guy on an in simply to cause traffic to basically get that pick. And you can see how this is going to be a big play for you there. And then the last dump off is really just to the tight end. It's not going to be anything more than just a short yardage play, but at least I'll show it to you just to make sure you understand what's going on. And want to make sure you see that you've got basically, 4 routes that you can really go to here. So say that they're keying on the left side, whatever the case is, you just throw this to the tight end really, really quickly. Hopefully it doesn't have that catch hole and you're able to get easy yards. So what you're trying to do here is just hit every player possible that you can to really make them say, you know what? I can't key on just 1 or 2 players because he's got everything open, right? I just throw it to this tight end. But I want to make sure you understand when we do play designs, guys, we try our best to make sure that we give you all the options possible. Overstorm Brave is definitely a meta. Any type of cover 0 is a meta, especially when they play over the top coverage where you can't get them on the press. This play is one of the best plays that I've seen from empty, really, really quick. Those guys don't come in. The thing about empty, I want to make sure you understand against a cover 0 meta. Look at what we're looking at here. They have to basically user one of these players. So that takes somebody out of the blitz because they have 5-on-5. And as you can see, we're able to go ahead and attack this pretty easily. Then when you take this guy out of the blitz and he's got to go user, you're only sending 5. You're not sending a lot of people. You can't send a lot of people when you want to play cover 0. And that's why empty has a really big advantage against it. When you call plays and make play designs that get the ball out of your hands quickly, like I've done on this one, and what I'll continue to do as I go ahead and lab the running gun playbook for future use. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next video. Hope this was helpful. This play is definitely one that you want to add to your arsenal because it is really, really good and something we can build around.